Hey everybody, in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to use the TXYZ.AI ChatGPT plugin that you can use to access research papers using a simple 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞 ID, and then you can use the ChatGPT plugin to summarize the research papers, ask questions about the specific research papers you have added to ChatGPT, and so on and so forth. Before I will show you an example, I just want to let you know that I have a full article on the TXYZ.AI ChatGPT plugin. You can check out this article in the description below. In that I also share some of the best prompts you can use this plugin with. And you can also get access to a complete database of all currently available ChatGPT plugins that can be installed from the ChatGPT plugin store. You can search this plugin database by category, plugin name, description, and get quick access to ChatGPT plugin video tutorials, the best use cases and prompts for all available ChatGPT plugins. The database can be downloaded for free, but you can also support the maintenance and the frequent updates of the database with a small donation. Any support is appreciated. You can get access to this database by using the link in the description below. But now let's see an example on how to use the TXYZ.AI ChatGPT plugin. So before you would be able to use the plugin, of course you have to be a ChatGPT Plus subscriber and you have to enable plugins in your ChatGPT account. Then you have to click on New Chat, and by default GPT 3.5 is selected. You have to select GPT-4, then select Plugins. Then you have to install the TXYZ.AI ChatGPT plugin, and you can do that by clicking on Plugin Store here and install the plugin. Once the plugin is installed, you also have to enable the plugin, and you can enable any plugin by clicking the checkbox next to the name of the plugin. Alright, so as you can read here, we have to provide this 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞 ID, which is basically a unique identifier of any scientific paper. If you are interested in that, just Google this term and you will read how this 𝐅𝐫𝐞𝐞 ID works. And as an example, we're going to use this paper which was published recently, which is about whether Bitcoin is good for hedging the inflation or not. And as you can see, this is the 𝐅𝐶IF ID we're going to use because this is the ID. So all we have to do is copy this ID, then go back to ChatGPT. And once the plugin is enabled, all we have to do is add the following prompt. So in this example, I want to get a quick summary of this paper. And as you can see, I don't even have to add any kind of title or link. All I had to add is the 𝐅𝐶IF ID. This is really useful if you have multiple papers. You can add multiple IDs here, and then ChatGPT will scrape all that research papers in once and get you a summary, or you can ask questions about those papers and so on and so forth. So click on Send Message here. And as you can see here, ChatGPT is clever enough to know that once the plugin is enabled, it has to use the TXYZ.AI ChatGPT plugin. And as you can see, as an input, it has used this 𝐅𝐶IF ID. And as you can see, it has identified the paper we have just checked out. So this is the paper about Bitcoin and its relation to inflation. And based on that paper, ChatGPT has summarized why other cryptocurrencies exhibit no reaction to major macroeconomic news. Bitcoin responds negatively to inflation surprise. This is inconsistent with widely held beliefs that Bitcoin can hedge inflation, and it also gives some other points from the research paper. So based on this, the paper concludes that investors should not rely on Bitcoin to hedge inflation risk. As you can see, this is a nice summary, and of course you can ask other questions about this paper if you're interested in more details. But all in all, this is how to use the TXYZ.AI ChatGPT plugin to find and summarize research papers. And if you want to learn more about other ChatGPT plugins, I have a ton of ChatGPT plugin tutorials on my YouTube channel, and more tutorials are coming up, so make sure to subscribe. And also, if you want to get access to the complete ChatGPT plugin database that includes categories, searchable descriptions, and more, you can also find the link to that in the video description below.